for today's cup of coffee.
I can't breathe.
God love him. God love him. I don't know what else to do. He's on allergy medicines and all this other stuff.
I'm just doomed.
Hell, we're all doomed. Join the club.
To not smell. I am doomed.
Till the first frost. It might get a little bit better after the first frost because it will kill all of the goldenrod and stuff.
The hell you say?
But then what happens is the leaves will fall and then you will have mold. Yeah. Welcome to the wide, wonderful world of allergens. So, hell, I was allergic to the damn allergy shots. So, it was causing an anaphylactic response in me. It's like, how in the hell? I do not do well on this planet. Not like that. Not like that. So, we do not give medical advice. See a trained professional. We just griping and bitching is what we're doing. Today, this one is, there's parts of this story that I understand, and there's parts that I really don't, and I didn't feel like doing a deep dive into it for 9 hours on technical stuff.
I feel that.
But this is, they've broken it down pretty much as far as layman's terms. And there's some things that I understand very clearly.
What is it?
What is it? This comes from Live Science and is by Nicoletta, Lanese, September the 22nd, 2022. After your series of 11112222. It's like, do you hear what's coming out of your face? Scientists from Google DeepMind. That should tell you, that's like incoming. Have been awarded a $3 million prize for developing an artificial intelligence or AI system that has predicted how nearly every known protein folds into its 3D shape.
The fuck?
Yeah.
By the way, the 1122s was the fact that I couldn't get into the iPhone.
Yeah, well, that's,
iPhone.
One of this year's breakthrough prizes.
Do y'all know how to get into an iPhone without a pen?
In Life Sciences went to Demis Hassabis, the co-founder and CEO of DeepMind, which created the protein predicting program known as AlphaFold, and John Jumper, a senior staff research scientist at DeepMind, the Breakthrough Prize Foundation announced. And they announced that on September the 22nd. The open source program makes its predictions based on the sequence of a protein's amino acids or the molecular units that make up the protein, Live Science had previously reported. These individual units link up in a long chain that then gets folded into a 3D shape. The 3D structure of a protein dictates what that protein can do, whether that's cutting DNA or tagging dangerous pathogens for destruction. So being able to infer the shape of proteins from their amino acid sequence is incredibly powerful. The breakthrough prizes recognize leading researchers in the fields of fundamental physics, life sciences, and mathematics. Each prize comes with a $3 million award supplied by founding sponsors Sergey Brin, Priscilla Chan, and Mark Zuckerberg. Yuri and Julia Milner and Ann Wojcicki.
That's a lot of people.
It is. There's one name in there that's specific.
Mark Zuckerberg.
And the foundation statement reads, proteins are the nanomachines that run cells. Interesting that they use that term. And predicting their 3D structure from the sequence of their amino acids is central to understanding the workings of life. With their team at DeepMind, Hassabis and Jumper conceived and constructed a deep learning system that accurately and rapidly models the structure of proteins, end quote. Using AlphaFold, the DeepMind team has compiled a database of some 200 million protein structures, including proteins made by plants, bacteria, fungi, and animals, Life Science again had previously reported. This database includes nearly all catalog proteins known to science. The AI system learned to assemble these shapes by studying known protein structures compiled in existing databases. These protein structures had been painstakingly visualized with a technique called X-ray crystallography, which involves zapping crystalline protein structures with X-rays and then measuring how those rays diffract. Within these existing databases, AlphaFold identified patterns between proteins' amino acid sequences and their final 3D shapes. Then, using a neural network, an algorithm loosely inspired by how neurons process information in the brain, the AI used this information to improve its ability to predict protein structures, both known and unknown. And, quote, it's been so inspiring to see the myriad ways the research community has taken AlphaFold, using it for everything from understanding diseases to protecting honeybees to deciphering biological puzzles to looking deeper into the origins of life itself, Hassabis wrote in a statement published in July. And he further stated, quote, as pioneers in the emerging field of digital biology, we're excited to see the huge potential of AI starting to be realized as one of humanity's most useful tools for advancing scientific discovery and understanding the fundamental mechanisms of life, end quote. And this is technology that could be used for great good or great evil.
Yeah.
And, you know, when there's some key words in there. One, Mark Zuckerberg, Google.
Damn you, Zuckerberg.
The fact that they had used as far as nano something. Yeah. So, like I said, that's sort of an incoming type. Proteins are the nano machines.
Yep. I don't like that.
Well, like I said,
me out.
It should creep everybody out. And as far as to think that that these people are trying to further figure out ways to screw with people's DNA sequencing.
It's like, stop that. Stop fucking with us. Leave us be.
Oh, a little bit of reptilian technology going on there again.
I was about to walk into the plasma clinic today.
Okay, what does that have to do with anything?
Selling plasma.
Okay.
The stuff.
Huh?
The nanobots. They'll use my blood for plasma for nanobots.
Well, now, I'll tell you something. Any of those things, and this is not conspiracy theory. This is conspiracy fact on a lot of this stuff. Places like that and other places are collecting people's DNA through blood samples. All that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, it's the same if you go to the doctor.
Yeah, they can do that too. But it seems to me, of course, none of this stuff is ethical because of the people misusing this shit. But if you find out that your DNA has been collected without your knowledge, I think that might be like a huge lawsuit.
You would think, but I'm sure it's in the fine print somewhere.
Well, like I said, DeepMind, as opposed to like deep state.
Yeah.
I mean, these people they're not even trying to hide this stuff anymore. They're just rubbing our noses in it.
Yeah. And
so,
the thing is, people are still oblivious.
Yeah. Yeah. I was watching stuff about that today, different commenters. I don't know. Are people waking up, or are they still just blissfully ignorant? Because now there's a group that it does not matter what information, what fact, what truth that you present to them, that they will reject it. But then there's other people, and it's like that kind, don't beat your head against the wall. Go after the ones that are starting to wake up and go, something ain't right with this.
Yeah.
So it just, I don't know, it just keeps getting broader and deeper on this stuff. But when I read this one, I'm like, oh shit. That, yeah, that's to get molded into a 3D shape so that
Please
they can
no.
then do what?
Have us in like these weird little figure things, I guess.
Well, you
but
know,
like meat figures.
and it's like they've been genetically engineering stuff for a very long time now, to the point we have no clue what we're eating.
You know that creature that salad fingers made out of the meat?
Kind of, sort of, not really, but anyhow.
That's what they're going to make us with.
Hells.
That's what they're going to try to make us into.
Well, and the chimeras, the fact that they did relax regulations on the chimeras, which means that if they've relaxed it, basically they've opened the floodgate. And that's just in this country. There's other countries that have been doing this stuff for a very long time. They have no regulations.
Yeah. Which is insane.
Well, ethics can vary. You would think that there would be universals, but there's really not.
You would think.
And it's like, Zuckerberg there, everybody thinks he's an android as it is. If he's not, he's missed a damn good chance of being one.
Yeah.
So
I think he's an android.
Anything that involves him or Bill Gates or some of these other key words, key names, George Soros, some of the other ones. This is why we don't get into the politics thing. But this is conspiracy fact on these things.
You use Windows. We use Windows.
Yeah.
It's Bill Gates.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is to totally go offline. And that's,
That's difficult.
It is. In today's world, it is a total handicap. I was Klaus Schwab. That was the other one I was trying to think about. You will own nothing and be happy, and you will eat the bugs.
Did he say you will eat the bugs?
Oh yeah, they're pushing that eating the bug thing. And it's you got these people. That's what amazes me. Humans are not designed to eat bugs.
No.
And that you've got these people that are
gross.
so caught up in the current thing, whatever the current thing is, that they will gleefully skip down the road to get a bag of bugs. Because somebody said that it was good for them. And I got behind this lady in the supermarket today, and it was like, oh, God. And she had her little face diaper on, and she was like a size nothing, and she was trying to determine which of the artificial butters that she wanted to use. And I looked at her and I thought, if the shit hits the fan and she's going to have to do without food, she has absolutely no reserves.
Yeah.
So some of us that are pudgy, hey, we could go for a few days. Let's face it, that is fact.
Yeah. I mean...
So maybe that's the reason that they're pushing all this. You've got to be stick thin, because those people will die off quickly.
They haven't been pushing that for a minute, though. Like, at least hard.
Oh, but they've been pushing that since that damn Twiggy person came out.
Well, yeah, but lately, they've been doing that whole body positivity movement and including all body types.
That is true.
It's been more prevalent than, the typical stick thin stuff.
Right, that is true, but then you've still got other people that... It's interesting. They will question the science and some of these other people about certain things, but they don't bother to question them about other things. So, I mean, I have seen too much of the science be wrong over the years. I mean, it was just like the food pyramid, which was totally backwards.
What was
eat
at the
this,
top of the
don't eat that. This is good for you. Oh, now it's bad for you.
What was at the top of the food pyramid?
As far as fats and stuff.
So that should be at the very bottom of the food pyramid.
You've got to have healthy fats and animal proteins and stuff like that. And then you have the vegans. And I mean, I'm all for whoever, eat what works for you. But don't push the agenda on other people. I was talking to the guy in the grocery store that's there at the checkout, and I said, have you all seen some of the new cat food blends that they're coming out with? And it's like I said, cats are not supposed to eat kale.
No.
They had one with kale. They had one with spinach. They had one with some kind of peas or something. Never have I seen a cat scramble to get a pea.
Dogs will.
Well, dogs will eat damn near anything, so that's totally different.
The cats, they are not meant.
They're carnivores.
Yeah.
The only time that they will eat plant matter is if they're sick.
Exactly.
But the kid was laughing about that, and he said that he had seen a video where this lady was vegan and was trying to force her cat to eat a vegetarian diet.
Yeah.
And that he had seen a piece of chicken or something someplace, and that she was scolding the animal and telling him that he couldn't have it. And I'm like, that's animal abuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's just, the craziness.
Those people should not have animals.
People are so gullible in this day and time as far as them not thinking for themselves, not researching as far as, if some celebrity did this. And it was a couple of weeks back that this celebrity, whatever, 60 years old, 90 years old, whatever it was, and looked like that she was 20, and part of that came from her eating crickets. Now, you know what? That's the story that they told. Do I believe that this woman has included crickets greatly in her diet? No.
No.
But people will believe that because that an influencer had told them that.
That's why you don't fucking listen to them.
That's why you learn to think for yourself. Think critically. Do your own research. That is something we have always encouraged people to do.
Yeah.
That's why we give them the links to these articles. That and as far as we don't believe in plagiarism, or even if we're not reading it or rewriting it or whatever, to cite the original.
You stole my shit.
Right. I mean, it's an ethical thing to do, that we're just simply using these articles, like I said, with credit to the writers, and we're using that for, conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So legally we are covered on these things.
Yeah.
And but as far as just the insanity and some of this stuff, as far as this report, will totally fly under the radar.
Yeah.
Of most people. And they're like, oh, well, that's nice. They're doing something good. No, they ain't going to try to use this to help humanity.
No. They never do.
No. And especially when they're screwing around with proteins again. We had reported something several cups back about how proteins, foreign proteins and stuff like that, can really mess people up and are messing people up.
Yeah.
If you're paying attention, you know these things.
Yeah.
And that's like, because one, our accent, I don't think the AI speaks mountain.
It struggles with it.
Which works for our benefit. But that our viewers can listen between the words and understand rather than me going into in-depth detail.
Right.
They get the gist of it.
They do.
So, these people can figure it out on their own. And maybe they trying to help family members or the general populace wake up to this stuff.
Yeah.
There's a difference between the woke movement and the wake the fuck up movement. That includes a sharp slap.
And some pots and pans.
Yeah. But that...
I ain't got no sleep because of y'all.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of excuses coming down the pike on a lot of different things. Sudden death, sudden cancers. One of the
sudden adult death syndrome.
Yeah, one of the new excuses that I had heard of today had something to do with as far as sleep disruptions. And that's one of the things that they will blame other deaths on. It's like, oh, well, this person just stopped breathing, and And as somebody who has sleep apnea, it don't kill you. You just feel like hell.
It can kill you, though.
Well, if it is severe enough. But the body wakes you up to sit there and go, hey, breathe, stupid. And that these people are being taught, don't trust your body. Let somebody else tell you what your body is designed to do.
Which the number one rule is trust your body.
Pretty much. Not on everything, but it's like, trust your gut, which is your second brain, for real. That has been proven. That's not just, allegory. If your body is craving something, eat it.
Yeah.
That's just like as far as pica, which is usually a trace mineral deficiency, and that's where people will eat very bizarre things. Match heads, dirt, stuff like that. And if you sit there and you go, damn, I'm craving a mud pie, that you can sit there and go, this is not normal to sit here and eat dirt. Maybe I need to go and get me a vitamin.
Maybe.
Some trace vitamins.
Yeah. Ooh.
But until you get the trace vitamins, the dirt apparently is giving whomever what they need.
You want to eat a spoonful of dirt?
It's,
Go outside in the backyard. You go home.
Yeah, there was somebody years and years ago on Johnny Carson when that was
Get
a thing.
you a bag of potting soil.
That was what this person did, is that they would put a spoonful of dirt on their salad or whatever, and they did eat that because as far as the microbes, and they had different reasonings behind that. And I was sitting there going, the texture.
The disease.
Well, it depends on where the dirt comes from. We don't want to eat dirt in the field next to us that has the fresh cow poo. That would be bad. But as that process breaks down and stuff, you could probably go up in the mountains and dig down several inches and maybe eat that dirt. I don't know.
We can't even eat the dirt in our backyard.
No, because that's primarily clay.
Yeah.
So, interesting things. A little bit of a heads up. I think this stuff is scary. It may not be... Well, it is paranormal in a lot of ways. Because this, again, fallen angel technology, these things are not our friends.
No.
So, that is very scary. You got anything else that you want to... You're pondering the spoonful of dirt. Just sit there going, ooh.
Let me eat some dirt.
It's
quick. It's just a snack.
It's
just a snack.
It's the gourmet dirt. This
top
this
notch,
yard versus
top shelf. It's right up there with the top shelf liquor.
I wonder if
top
we could
shelf dirt.
I bet you with a good marketing campaign, anybody could do that if they can convince people to eat bugs. That we really could start a marketing campaign, go on eBay, nutritious dirt, fresh country dirt.
Just sprinkle it on top of your salad.
May have health benefits.
May possibly have health benefits.
And then you could have a disclaimer that says, about whatever.
A drug product don't actually eat the dirt.
Yes. But that most people do not read the fine print. The devil's in the details. So, if you've had experiences with the paranormal, the supernatural, encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, interesting marketing campaigns, send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com, and the email address will also be there in the description box. Mm-hmm. Know that you're loved.
Yes.
Know that we trust that you all have sense. Yeah.
And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button from daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all. Have a good, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Bye.
Bye. Did I say from or for? Which one?